everyone, I am here today to talk to you about my newest grip equipment bag that I have been loving. It is the Travel Sports Duffel. This bag has honestly changed the way that I travel for disc golf and traveling for tournaments. So I just wanted to give you a little insight into some of the features that I've been loving. Starting off with the capacity of this bag, it is a 52-liter bag, and I would say that that's a pretty huge amount for how small this bag actually is. It is quite deep and quite wide, so it can fit a lot, and there's lots of hidden storage pockets that are really useful. This bag also holds up to 28 discs, possibly even more if you're using the side compartments for discs as well. I wouldn't recommend it because there's better features for them. I like to store my shoes in these two side compartments. They're quite deep, they open up really wide, they have ventilation on the side here. And I also love that they have a little mesh compartment. I'll show that closer up in the video, but yeah, they have a little mesh compartment in the side there as well, which is super handy for anything along the lines of like socks. I like to store lots of extra socks in there just in case my first round gets really wet, and then I have a good spot to store either dirty socks or clean socks, or honestly mittens, anything you could need on the course. So yeah, these side compartments both come with ventilation, which is great because I wear waterproof shoes, thanks to Vessi. And yeah, sometimes waterproof shoes don't breathe as well, so the ventilation is absolutely key. Moving on to the side pockets here, we have a nice little pocket, pretty deep actually, and it is just a Velcro closure on the front there. I like to store a lot of things in here, so I like to store sometimes towels, sometimes minis, honestly anything really small that can kind of work well. I have like a little wound aid. I have for any like cuts or scars or anything like that. I have some KT tape in there. Lots of good things that you can keep in there that are kind of small and kind of just keep it in its own little compartment. This zipper is a YKK zipper, which all of these zippers here are. But yeah, on this one I keep a lot of minis. Let's see what I got in here. Joma's Pro Mini. I keep extra snacks, so like bars, anything that I might need in there. More minis, yeah, anything like that. Super small little compartment. You can store whatever you want in there. Sometimes I do Band-Aids, whatever else I might need. Let's move on to this side. Like I said, these ones also come with the YKK zippers. We got our deep pockets here. This also has a little mesh compartment. So again, you can store anything in there. On one side, I usually do shoes. On the other side, I like to throw things in like sunscreen and mosquito spray, anything along the lines of like kind of things that I might need on the course or for the day. Really good compartment for that kind of thing. And then another little zipper compartment here. I like to throw in a lip chap probably in every single pocket because I'm addicted and I love it. Hate dry chapped lips. And again, moving on to this side, we have another zipper compartment just like the other one, and again, a Velcro compartment. So again, I kind of store the same type of thing in there. Each of these sides has multiple zippers, super nice for just compartmentalizing your bag, and you can just stuff in whatever you need in there. Moving on into, I guess, the strap. This is the classic grip equipment strap. It does have that grippier, tackier fabric here, and it's nice and cushioned. We have some D-rings on the side here, so you could also clip towels or clip carabiners, whatever you might need on there. And then we have also the shorter handle here. I will also say that this bag is carry-on approved, so also a benefit if you're flying instead of driving. So moving on into the inside here, this is where I like to keep actually all of the things that I use for my virtual putting league. So shout out to all of you ladies, you know who you are. But yeah, I'm in a virtual putting league and I use this bag actually to carry my discs in and out every day. I store all sorts of things in here, but oftentimes for tournaments, I also store my backups. So this is where I like to keep all my mini markers because we have distances that we have to putt from. So yeah, I store all of those in there. In this bag currently, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 discs in here right now currently, and a lot of change, a lot of room that I could possibly put more discs in. I like to also put in my tripod. My tripod is, I can link it in the description below, it's from Amazon, but it is super handy to have just if I'm out playing around and I need just to throw a tripod in my bag. This is probably the one that I would choose. It also slips into the Travel Sports Duffel super seamlessly. I can kind of slide it right into the bottom and it's basically like it's not even there. It doesn't take up much room. So I like that feature. The next feature that I want to talk about is probably the most genius idea from Grip ever, is that they have this layer inside of the bag. It's like just a little organizer. You can just throw it on top of the discs. And then you can add in any of your apparel, any of your jackets, any of your outerwear, anything like that on the top of the bag. So that's really cool. I like to throw my hats, kind of store them on the top because I know they're not gonna get squished and damaged because of the structure of the bag. I find that you can actually store quite a bit up here. Oftentimes I'll do even my tournament outfits for the weekend. I'll put those in there. Like I said, oftentimes hats, huge game changer for that. And then you could even store more discs up there, which would bring that capacity up to that 28 mark. So yeah, so I love that feature. It also, if you don't want to use it, it tucks away nicely, folds straight down on the side there as well. Really in love with this bag so far for traveling for tournaments, or even just like I said, I use it every week just for my putting league. So it's really great that way. The other feature I do love is that it has a really awesome handy iPad sleeve or a laptop sleeve up to 14 inches, I think. So yeah, I like to store usually a notebook. Sometimes I'm thinking of ideas for videos or anything like that. I've got a little Velcro closure there, and the inside is completely like this velvet material, which is safe for anything in your electronics. I often put a portable charger in there as well, which is super handy when you're out on the road and you don't have much access to charging. So yeah, that is kind of the rundown of the bag. I think that it's perfect for people who may be traveling to tournaments, or even honestly just to store your discs in at home. I think it can store quite a few. For me, it's just like the perfect weekender bag. I don't have to bring a massive suitcase or a massive tote full of discs, full of backups. This kind of does it all for me. And I can just organize all my disc golf stuff. It is in its own little home. So it's perfect that way, yeah. So all in all, I think that the Travel Sports Duffel bag would be amazing for anyone who is into disc golf tournaments or any weekend trips. This bag is amazing, even if you don't play disc golf. It's a great duffel bag. Yeah, if you would like to grab one, I also do have a code and a link in the description that can get you 10% off as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one, and see you in the next one.